And welcome back. November is Homeless Awareness Month, and with hundreds of thousands of Americans experiencing homelessness every day, it's an important matter for our community too. One Marquette shelter, Room at the Inn, making their mark to take care of those who have no place to stay. Ashley Kirkland joins us live this morning from the shelter with more. Morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Vicki. That's right. We're here at the Agape Cafe on 3rd Street in Marquette. And this is like a central hub for those who stay at Room at the Inn shelter in Marquette to come and eat breakfast. It's empty right now, but in about 15 minutes at 6 o'clock, there will be people here eating breakfast. They serve free breakfast to the community. And from 6 to 8, it's for those at the shelter. They can also come here to take showers, to do laundry, and there's all kinds of representatives and different people that come here for resources to help those at Room at the Inn shelter. Now, a little later, we're going to be joined by one of the shelter directors, as well as someone who's coming together to raise awareness and talk about the statistics of homelessness in Marquette and Alger counties. A lot of people are unaware of those numbers, but they're simply wanting to raise awareness of the numbers of the homelessness here in Marquette and Alger counties. Now, they did tell me that a lot of people rural homelessness is very different from that of homelessness in the city. A lot of people go out to the woods and find shelter there. So they're really wanting to raise awareness of the issue in Marquette and Alger counties. We'll be back a little bit later with those numbers. I'll take it back to you in the studio for now. Ashley Kirkland reporting live in Marquette, TV6 News.
Welcome back, everyone. A lot of folks think this is a big city type of thing, but here in the Upper Peninsula, many individuals and families will find themselves without a home this winter. This morning, Ashley Kirkland joins us live from a local Marquette shelter with more on how you can help. Ashley?
Good morning, Vicki. That's right. We're here at the Agape Cafe in Marquette, and this is actually a central hub for those staying at the Room at the Inn shelter in Marquette. They come here to have breakfast from 6 to 8 a.m. every morning, and they can come here also for laundry, to take showers. It's also a place where a lot of different agencies come to offer community resources to those at the Room at the Inn shelter. I am joined with Amy Lurley, who is with a Homeless Works program, and they're offering a program next week that's going to benefit the general community and tell about the statistics and numbers of homelessness in Marquette and Alger counties. Amy, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the work that you do. Now, a lot of people have a preconceived notion about the homeless community. Can you work more with them? Can you give us a face of what that looks like?
Actually, next Tuesday morning at 9:30 a.m. at Peter White Public Library, the Alger Marquette Continuum of Care, which is the homeless work group, will be presenting a documentary, and we're going to reveal that face. The documentary was created locally by Josh LeClaire and Christine Flavin, and they found that a number of homeless people within the community were willing to share their story on film and tell that story. And so I think people are going to be really surprised that the face of homelessness is not what they think.
Mm-hmm. And now on the U.S. National Homelessness website, it says that there's been a decline since 2005, but that's not necessarily true to form. Can you tell us a little bit more about
you fact check that? The actual numbers have declined, but with that, it's important to note that the definition of homelessness has changed and narrowed to eliminate populations such as couch surfers and other people who may be in transition and considered homeless.
Okay. And what are you guys hoping to achieve with the program that's happening next week?
We really hope to bring awareness. We've spent the last several years, and this is a large group of agencies working to gather information to be entered into the statewide homeless management information system. And that data will reveal the actual numbers of homeless individuals, numbers of homeless children, and really give us our first hard data, quantifiable, so that we can take action to address those areas of need.
And last question, the rural homelessness looks very different from that of in the city. What are some of the vast differences in things that you guys face here in a rural area?
Well, in a rural homeless situation, there are very few places for folks to go. We have, thank goodness, Room at the Inn and the wonderful work that they do. But we find that people are living in campers, trailers out in the woods. basically in shelters not fit for human habitation. So.
Thank you so much, Amy, for being here. And Vicki, people can come out to that event next week, November the 12th, at the Peter White Public Library. And you definitely want to come out and learn about the homeless community here in Marquette and Alger counties and what you can do to help, especially during the winter months as we head into those winter months. Vicki, back to you in the studio for now. Ashley Kirkland reporting live in Marquette, TV6.
Welcome back, everyone. Room at the Inn is an emergency shelter for adults and is run by a coalition of churches who share the mission to provide support and shelter for the homeless in the Marquette area. And TV6's Ashley Kirkland is at the shelter to tell us more about the program. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Greg. We're actually at Agape Cafe, which is a meeting place, a central hub for those who stay at the shelter. And I am joined right now by one of the shelter's by one of the shelter's representative, Kim Frost, from Room at the Inn, and she's here to tell us a little bit more about what they do at Room at the Inn. Kim, thank you so much for being here and the work that you guys do. What is Room at the Inn? How does it serve those in Marquette County?
So Room at the Inn is a faith-based shelter program. It's modeled after some other programs similar to it around the country, and all the work that's done by Room at the Inn is done through the volunteer efforts of people from the community and churches. There's 13 churches that participate, and the shelter runs from September until May. And during that time, we offer from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. A shelter, a bed for people, a warm place to be, a dinner, a hot dinner where people can come and know that they have a safe place to be. And then from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. here at the Agape Cafe, people can come for a hot breakfast and a shower and also some social work support services.
Now, you guys do a lot at the shelter, but how can the general community get involved with helping the initiative for Room at the Inn?
Well, we purchased a new building on Washington Street, and so obviously we're always looking for donations for that, both monetary and then equipment. And then it's the Christmas season, holiday season coming up, so the guests are always in need of really good socks, coats, anything like that. We always get a ton of hats and scarves and stuff, but good coats, and also cards for like Kohl's, gift cards, stuff like that, because then guests can go shopping for clothes. And the last thing is we always need volunteers to help operate the shelter, and we're always looking for people to contribute that way.
Awesome. And I was talking to one of the volunteers out there who said that he was a guest at Room at the Inn, and now he's helping volunteer, and he actually does a dinner Saturday nights. How many success stories do you see like that? Can you tell us more about those kind of stories?
Well, that, is always a wonderful part when people are able to get into housing, kind of get life back on track. And then there's a significant population of people that we work with that don't have that same degree of luck in the sense of, for whatever reason, have a long history of homelessness and all that. And so for them, as a community, we really need to look forward and towards maybe some transitional housing, some long-term housing options. Housing in Marquette is very, very difficult in Marquette County, affordable housing. So that's an issue I think as a community we need to address.
Well, thank you so much for the work that you do, Kim, and thanks for being here. And Greg, for those that want to get involved, they can come down to the breakfast and volunteer. They can also come to the event that we spoke about earlier next week, November the 12th, to learn more about homelessness in Marquette and Alger County. I'll take it back to you for now in the studio. Ashley Kirkland reporting live in Marquette, TV6 News.